We did it. We lived a whole nother month. This is the studio for July. Hello, Doodlebugs. It's Mary, and welcome to my studio where we discuss all things crafty, creative. I'll answer some of your questions and feature some of your artwork. But first, let's talk about our goals. It's good to have goals. It's good to set a little target to aim for, and then even if you miss, you might break something that's standing directly behind it. So for this month, I am actually going to be on the road quite a bit, and I have more on that to announce later in this video, but I'm going to be doing some traveling. So my goal of July is to do some travel sketching. So I'm going to try to get my sketchbook out at least once a day in every location I'm at and pull something from my environment to help inspire whatever it is that I'm sketching. If you want to share your goals, go ahead, comment below. And if you're struggling with, what should I focus on this month? You can go into the comments, maybe get some ideas on what you might want to work on in your drawing and painting and creative life. Speaking of the comment section, hey, first one is from Stuart White, who says, 100% thought that said pants when I read the thumbnail. I am disappointed. I realized last month's thumbnail kind of threw people for a loop. It was not about pants. Nightmare Blade says, I was really excited for a second. I thought it said how to try on pants. Attiker says, I read trying new panties. Shame, shame, shame. Ding, ding, ding. Amity says, I really love comics and watercolor and I really want to get better, but I'm always discouraged because I'm not that good. Do you have any tips? Yes, I have tips. It's probably not going to be the most original, but that tip is keep going. Keep working on it. Just because you're not good at something, that doesn't mean it's impossible to improve. It is easy to give into discouragement and that little nagging voice in your head that says you're just not good enough. Why try? I understand it's not as easy as just doing it, but do it! Shia does it so much better. I'm so discouraged. Don't be discouraged, Mary. You can do a Just Do It video too. Hey, I know. I understand. It feels so daunting right now, but you know what? You've been here before. You've been here before with so many things in your life. You weren't born walking and talking. You had to struggle through that, just like you're gonna struggle through improving yourself in any way you want. And you can do this. I know it can be discouraging. I know it can be hard. You're gonna look over at what other people are doing and think, my God, that is so effortless and so easy for them, and why is it so hard for me? Well, you know what? It's because it's hard for them too. It's hard for all of us. You can push through that hard, difficult pain, and you can make whatever it is you want to make. And hey, your eyebrows are looking really great today. Just want to say, are you doing something with them? Are you eating like more fruits? You look like you're eating more fruits. Yeah. No, I'm good. I am. Actually, my mom just started liking some of my images on Instagram. I think she's learned Instagram, which is nice. I should call her. Anyway, Jeff Dunning comments saying, I really love your videos. Will you ever be attempting or doing digital art? Thank you, Jeff. Digital art is something that I've done in the past. I have definitely attempted it. I don't know if I really want to do it for time-lapse videos. That may change. I went through a long phase of doing mostly digital work. I don't want to say I'm burned out from it. You know, it had its time in my heart, and then I've moved on. It's like any good relationship. I explored it. I loved it. It treated me well. I was maybe not the best to it, and it was not the best to me. And then we kind of stopped talking about the things that need to be talked about and just like got into this rut until finally where it was like, you know, I think I'm going to try some different mediums. And now I'm sure digital art is perfectly happy and perfectly fine. And I'm very happy with my watercolors. And I'm not talking about art anymore. Comment from Tea Time, who says, Dante makes wonderful music. I just wanted to include that there. Shameless plug, Give Me Motion. Go check out his YouTube channel. We made a music video together. He's on tour now, and I'm going to be with him. Here's where I talk about my travel plans. Later this week, I'm gonna be in New Orleans, and then eventually some point I'll be in Austin for Dante's show on the date that his show is on. I'm bad girlfriend. I'm a bad girlfriend. New Orleans, Austin, and then eventually we'll end up in Los Angeles, and somewhere in the middle, things might happen. I would love to hear suggestions for weird roadside things, haunted places, stuff and things to do in these cities. And if you're there, maybe we can plan a meetup, get some coffee and do some drawings. So I'll be posting on Twitter my whereabouts at Mary Doodles. You can hit me up. And if you have any comments or questions or things you want to add, please. I love reading what you write. I know I said that in a way that sounds overly excited, which makes you think that I'm not being sincere, but I am being sincere. I've just had a lot of sparkling water today. Am I getting drunk on water? Is that my superpower? Because that would be a great superpower. Enough of this. Let's go on to your art this month. The theme of June was magic, and there were a ton of amazing pieces that people put up. Very difficult to go through and select the ones to feature because there were so many that I wanted to feature. This is just a handful of pieces. We're gonna start with this one from Princierza. That is such a beautiful painterly, it almost reminds me of Picasso. Looks to be digital art though. This looks exactly like the place we lived in when Dante and I lived with Pete. It was just music and art everywhere. It was even, the wall even had that color. A very strange person made a very magical elfish drawing with the doodly hair. Patterns are, I think I'm coming to appreciate patterns more and more in life. Really love the hair patterns. Marcel Artsy made an epic drawing, I believe with these inks. Also points for presentation with the materials in there. It all looks so beautiful. Oh, ink is so deep. Are you seeing how deep that black is? Are you seeing this? Simple, striking. It feels like the cover of a sci-fi story. Kablak did a bunch of itty-bitty little fairy-sized sculptures here. We've got a sundial, a bird bath, because we're not limiting this to drawings and paintings. It's really cool to see three-dimensional pieces out there that people are working on. All right, this one's from Isra Charna. Oh my goodness, this makes me want to dance around the fire or get a tattoo while dancing around the fire. I love the symbols in here, the imagery, like the what looks like upside down hearts, those pink flower petals, but they could also be part of the flames. You know, it's everything is one is everything. We are all trying to make it back to the singularity, the mothership, and the biggest lie the devil ever told us is that we are all different and separate. HLR Illustrations did a lovely, playful, watercolory take on the wizard pulling things out of the hat. It looks like a little, is that a dog and a panda coming out? This character too, he looks like a friend of mine with the mustache. Kudos on the background too. A lot of different colors splattered together, and you kept it very pastel and light, and the colors are blending but not muddied, which can be tricky to do. You've been playing and practicing. This is a delightful drawing from Saga Homeguard. Seems like you've been studying poses and the shapes and perspective of people. Love the whale character. It's such a weird little whale character. The details on this also really helps to add to the story. The tattoos, the necklace, all these little symbols are used. The Sherlock Hobbit did this crafty, painty, fun piece with what looks like a card tag and maybe some other little tokens here. Love the colors and playing with the glitter. And this is a great example of how you can take the suggestion and you don't have to literally draw witches and wizards and magicians. You can take that idea and maybe it just influences the color or the patterns that you choose to use. Another great character from Oli Draws with the tattoos and the details of this person adds to the personality, the rune tattoos and ear gauges, and it looks like that's a flask with this poison thing coming out. The facial expression too is a beautiful thing. Just a great combination of all these little details that paints a clear picture of who this person is. Speaking of detail, Chelsea Tolan did this elaborate line drawing, which looks amazing. The more I look at it, the more I'm finding in here. Crisp, clean line work, the little details, the tape. Is that tape on the crowns? Oh my God. Yeah, every time I look at this, I'm finding something different. Emily Mlau 29 did this piece and posted it in 2 parts, and I'm showing you both because I feel like the work in progress could almost be its own final standalone piece. And then here's the final piece, which is also excellent. Again, another character with detail that is adding so much of this person, with the outfit that you choose to put this character in, the accessories, the glasses. Forest Kid did this fantastically fun, colorful piece, very doodly, a lot of great little characters. The style, I think I very much am attracted to the style. Is there literally magic from this magical book that conjured these things, or is it exploring the magic of the imagination? Bediza did a gorgeous. This is jaw-dropping, not just because we have the exact same watercolor palette. These undertones are really what makes it. And that's something that I'm wanting to play with personally with my art. You're probably gonna see in future pieces, very similar stuff. And it's a very sophisticated way of balancing a lot of elaborate little detail with leaving some things unfinished or less detailed, open and vacant. It's a bold thing, and a lot of times, especially on the internet, when you present something like that, you're gonna get comments from people saying, why didn't you finish it? Why didn't you finish it? Why didn't you finish it? So I applaud, I appreciate beautiful, bold bits. Those hands are so creepy. John Rick, not to be confused with John Wick, made a adorable cat piece. Ow, these little cat characters and the mouse. Everybody's getting so detailed this month. I love the style of the cats. I love the darkness and the weirdness, the quirkiness. And Scone 2468 did, I believe this was a digital piece according to the description, but it looks so textured and alive, which is such a great example of what you can do with digital art. You can really make it into its own thing. There were this month a lot of images I saw that had the theme of the rabbit and the magician. And this is just a beautiful little take of this little naked magician. I mean, who doesn't love a little naked man? Fantastic pieces, guys. I highly encourage you to go check out the hashtag YATM, find what other people are making, because there's a lot of great stuff out there. But this is my YouTube channel, so let's focus on my art. All right, so I made this painting with watercolor on watercolor paper, and this is a super soft, fancy, somewhat expensive watercolor paper that I've been exploring, and it is delightful. I wanted to play with the idea of how magic has a double-edged blade to it. With the light comes the dark, and the dark comes the light. For every action, there is a positive and negative reaction. I still can't decide if she's casting a love potion or if she's had her heart broken and this is a revenge spell. Love and hate, it's so tight. And next week I will be posting the time-lapse version of this painting so you can watch it become a thing here on this channel. Do you want to do some art this month? I want to do some more art this month. We got some suggestions for themes, and if you want to make things, we're gonna do a new theme, new month, July. The theme is going to be extravagance. Extravagance. Because I'm going to New Orleans and I feel like I'm gonna be very inspired by extravagance there. Thank you, Gabby Vriella, for your suggestion. Anybody got ideas for future themes? Comment below. If you would like to participate in your art this month, the theme is extravagance. Our deadline is July 31st. You can post whatever you make to Twitter or Instagram, hashtag it YATM. You can tag me in that too, just to make sure that I see it. Or if you don't want to post it online, you don't have to. This is all about making stuff for you, okay? We don't have to share it. We don't do this for the notoriety or the fame and attention or the boys and the money. I mean, they're great and everything, and I'm up to my elbows in it. We do it because we love it, and it's fun to make stuff and things. I hope this video was helpful to you. Don't forget to comment, leave your questions below, and thank you for watching. Go forth and make stuff and things. Go. Come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go away. You gotta go. You gotta go back to your people. Come back. I'm gonna miss you.